"You don't scare me, tin soldier." The boxer's voice cut through the sacred air like a knife. Then, crack. His fist connected with the jaw of the tomb guard. Gasps erupted. A child screamed. Phones dropped. Time stopped. Marcus Mad Dog Dalton, ex-heavyweight champ, internet loudmouth, king of disrespect, had just crossed the line you don't come back from. He came to Arlington in a designer tracksuit, cameras rolling for his next promo, sunglasses on, ego unchecked. But the moment he stepped over the black rope, everything changed. "Sir, step back." The sentinel's voice was cold steel, his M14 rifle tight in hand, his stance perfect. Dalton smirked, laughed, flexed, took a mocking step forward. "Step back." The voice didn't rise, but the weight behind it could drop buildings. Dalton turned to his crew, flashed his trademark grin, and threw the punch. He hit bone. But the sentinel didn't move, didn't flinch, didn't break posture, only his mouth moved. "You've violated hallowed ground. You are under detention by military authority." That's when hell arrived. Two soldiers in dress blues emerged like ghosts, fast, silent, deliberate. A captain, a master sergeant. Dalton blinked, confused. He tried to backpedal, cursing, demanding a lawyer. They didn't respond. They didn't need to. They restrained him like a child. The cameras stopped rolling. The crowd stood frozen. The silence wasn't ordinary. It was heavy, suffocating, like the air after a funeral volley. Dalton was escorted down the steps, rage in his voice, but no one listened. He passed rows of tourists, veterans, families, eyes locked on him like judgment made flesh. And then, through the stillness, a man stepped out. Older, stiffer, worn by time, not weakness. A Medal of Honor hung around his neck. Colonel Thomas Braddock. Vietnam. Decorated beyond rank. He locked eyes with Dalton. "You think you're tough." His voice was gravel and fire. "Try standing guard for someone you'll never meet. In the heat, in the cold, in silence. For the unknown dead." Dalton didn't speak. For the first time in his life, he had no words. The colonel took one step closer. "That man you hit? He trained 18 months, memorized every step. Stands for hours in blistering heat, in full wool, for honor, not attention. That's not strength, that's sacrifice." Dalton's chest heaved, his jaw clenched, but something cracked inside. He looked at the marble. He read the words. "Here rests in honored glory an American soldier known but to God." And for the first time, he saw it. Not just a monument. A promise. Dalton's hands dropped. He took off the sunglasses. His camera crew lowered their gear. Even the influencer behind him shut off her phone. "Can I apologize?" he asked quietly. The captain stared him down. "You can." They turned, back to the sentinel who still hadn't moved. Dalton approached, head bowed, voice cracked. "I disrespected you. I disrespected this ground. I'm sorry." The sentinel didn't move, didn't nod, didn't break silence, but behind him, one soldier made the smallest gesture. A signal. Enough. Dalton stepped back behind the rope, and as he turned, one person clapped, then another, then the crowd. Not for who he had been, but for who he just chose to become. That day, something inside Marcus Dalton died, and something better was born. He left the sport, walked away from fame, cameras, fists, and launched 21 Steps, a foundation teaching young fighters what he never knew. That strength isn't about striking, it's about stillness, honor, discipline, respect. A year later, no cameras, no lights. Dalton came back, wearing a black suit, alone. He stood behind the rope, hands folded, head bowed. The sentinel marched, each turn perfect, timed, eternal. And when he passed Dalton, he paused. Just a beat, just enough, then continued. Not a word spoken, but everything said. Some punches hurt, others wake the dead inside you. This one did both. Before we close this chapter, tell us where you're watching from. If this story hit you deep, smash that like, subscribe, and comment karma to honor those who never asked for attention, only respect.